I want to show you how to put the trusses together. You have to be consistent in terms of how far this goes in. So I've just been targeting 5 inches. I mean, it doesn't really matter what you do, if it's 4 inches, 6 inches, as long as it's consistent. So after you have the top connected, just look to see if it's planar and make any adjustments. It really doesn't have to be perfect, because when you put the purlins on, you're going to be pulling it all tight and it's going to make it all even at that point. I like doing 4 screws on each side. The reason I do that is the shear strength gives it about 300 pounds of resistance. It's more than that, but I use 300 for calculation purposes. So that gives 1,200 pounds on this to pull apart, and you're not going to have a worst case snow or wind load to pull 1,200 on there. So that's why I always use 4 screws. So these are brace clips. These are 48 millimeter brace clips, and this is 48 millimeter tubing. So they're heavy duty, they work pretty good. And what you do when you're building these trusses is you measure from the bottom of the transition for where it necks down, and you measure up 100 inches to the bottom of this. So let me show that to you. I'm going to measure right from the bottom here, not the bottom of the tube, but the transition. And you just go 100 inches. So rather than marking it, I'm just going to put a screw in right there and be done. Now, nothing has to be perfect on this. Just, you know, make it consistent. If you put the posts, these are ones of the ends, on something and just pull it apart, you can slip the trussing member in there pretty easy. I like things pre-loaded or pre-stressed, because when you put it together, it doesn't wiggle very much. I just tie this off so that, you know, it's not going to slip when I pull this wide. And normally I go 26.5 or 27 for my ground posts, 26.5 feet. For this customer, we're 28 feet 3 inches. Reason that we're doing that is we're going to put some grow beds in there, so it's a little bit wider. That changes the angle a little bit. So I'm going to actually grind off a little bit on the corners to make them easier to go in this case. Okay, here we go. Oh, come on. It's always kind of nice having a second person, but you can definitely do it with one by yourself if you need to. So one important trick is to recognize that as you spread those diagonals out at the top, so move them down the hoops, you can raise or lower your horizontal member to give you more head clearance. So what we did is we went ahead and fastened all the center ones, and after we got the height we like, we go through and tighten up the top ones, and that way it's not moving anywhere. Hey, thanks for watching. I hope you got something out of this, and good luck on your construction project. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to put them in the comments. Have a good day.